Hi everyone, what's up? So I've been a PhD student now for roughly 1 month and I'm here to tell you all about it. Coming up. So before I began again as a PhD student, I was actually 2 weeks at home because there was a discrepancy between the end date of my job and the begin date of being a PhD student again. This is what I did.
And so through this, we've discovered the set of chemicals that without the pain.
My breasts are kind of...
Okay, so that's partly true, but this is what I also did. What's up guys? This is my first week of unemployment, my first day. I'm 2 weeks in between jobs, so this is how I'm gonna film my day. I'll start off with a run. Windy guys, windy. And then of course I also did some minor preparations already, like reading some articles and finding out some protocols, which was not that easy by the way, because the project was not that delineated yet. That's something that I have a clear view on now during my first month, which is actually not a full complete month yet. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to grabbing the project with both hands. It's getting in shape. The experiments are being set up on paper and I can't wait to get started on it. I have 4 years to complete it, and the logs, yeah, I don't know, will I do them weekly, bi-weekly, monthly? Depends a bit on you guys also, what you want to get out of it. For me personally, it's logging how I progressed through these 4 years as a PhD student, what I get out of it for myself, and have something to look back on this period, because what my professor said to me was that this should be the best 4 years of my life, and I don't know if she's exaggerating or if she's delusional or anything like that, because stories that I've heard of doing a PhD is that it's hard. It is hard work. It will be hard work. So when I'm saying I've been a PhD student for 1 month, I'm actually lying, because I had some prior experience to being a PhD student. And that was back in 2012, 2013. I did a first attempt at trying to get a PhD, but I failed to get the big money, failed to get the scholarship. And then I was forced, because I already had to pay bills, I was forced to get a job, and I found a job in a biotech company. I've been doing that for, let's say, nearly 5 years. I went from university, so master, then first experience as a PhD student, then failed, then got a job. So the transition from going to university to an industry setting is huge. You're going from an academic lab to an industry research lab, and there's plenty more money over there. There you have to like puzzle together what you're going to do with the budget and stuff like that. You have to savor every microliter, every microgram of every reagent. Of course you have to do that in industry as well, but for instance, you want to design an antibody panel and you're not sure which antibody is the best one. So mostly in university, depending on which lab you have or where you ended up in, then you're taking like maybe 2, 3, 4 antibodies if you have the money. Luckily there's small aliquots available from many providers nowadays to test up front. So you take that, but then in an industry setting, for instance, you would like buy maybe 8 and then pick the best one going out from there, and then the rest is just stored or anything like that for later on. In terms of equipment also, in academic setting you have to do more collaborations with people who have perhaps the expertise or the equipment or stuff like that. In the industry setting you have it in-house. Why? Because everything has to be patent protected. The platform of the whole thing needs to be in-house. You cannot leak any information, so that's confidentiality. That's something you will also encounter once you will start in a company. Of course you have it in academic setting also, but then you have open access publishing and you can do collaboration and stuff. So the mindset should be more being collaborative and open. That's also the case for a company, but it's on a different level. So you have the whole company doing collaborations with other companies, and then there's like CDAs, confidentiality agreements and stuff like that. I've definitely going to do more videos on that if you guys want, on how things work in a company, how things progress in academic setting, and yeah, hopefully you guys can learn from that and decide maybe which way you want to go, or do it both. So in any case, you'll be prepared for what's coming. So I also had to do a job interview, which was actually my first job interview ever when I started at the biotech company, and I immediately landed that job. So was I lucky? Did I prepare well enough? So I did put a lot of effort on preparing to get into the company. Now I've taken the step to go back to trying a PhD, but this time is different. So the money for the project is already there, and I'm getting paid by the university. So that's the big difference this time. And you might ask, if I was at a biotech company before, why am I trying a PhD again now? For starters, there's no competition on getting the scholarship. Second, it's a topic of my interest, it's a topic of my own choice, where the first attempt wasn't directly my own personal choice, it was just a continuation of my master thesis. It's a completely different topic from what I've been doing in the last, yeah, let's say total then 7 years. It's the last shot I got and I just went for it. The experience that I had already and during that 1 month, which is actually 3 weeks again, so I had to do a lot of administrative stuff, so like filling in papers, planning experiments, getting a computer set up. So mostly I had to like follow a senior PhD student around, which is, yeah, she's actually younger than me because I already had the experience of working at the biotech company. So I followed her around a bit to see how she does things, which protocol she's following, how things work, who is who and stuff like that. Like really getting integrated into the lab. The topic is on liver and gut inflammation, so I'm going to work on that, which is really cool topic. Reading, I did a lot of reading already. Go dig into protocols, search for certain type of techniques that I will use, dig into that and try to find the details again. And what I also had to do, this is a big one for you guys, is I had to refresh a lot of my knowledge that I had to learn back in the day when I was a biomedical undergrad or a grad student, meaning a master student, because a lot of things you tend to forget, especially like in the biotech company. I wasn't involved anymore with things like histology or cell biology or molecular biology or anything like that. It was very straightforward, delineated, busy with cell-based assays and creating cell lines and doing flow cytometry and stuff like that. So there's a big part of medical basic sciences that I forgot. Then I went on a search on YouTube and on the internet to find comprehensive overviews and maybe a faster way of recapping all that knowledge instead of just digging again through my courses or my textbooks or anything. Now, I'm not saying textbooks are bad, some are really good, and I also bought a few textbooks back in my day, but some courses, yeah, you can easily like replace them nowadays with stuff on YouTube. And I made a video on that with 10 channels that I think will help you guys a lot if you're an undergrad, to recap that basic stuff, to learn it, to understand it better, to study for exams. You can like on YouTube, you can like fast forward 2 times and then you like go twice the speed through the courses or through the videos or through the concepts or anything, and that way you can revisit the information and go through it faster. So I really think this will be helpful, and I will link that in the video here, description below. Definitely check that out. Against my will, actually, I'm already at home now between Christmas and New Year's, and against my will I'm saying, you could say, oh, he's crazy, he has days off. So why am I against it? Because I just started and I want to get my hands on the project. I want to continue with it. So what I'm actually doing now in this week that I'm at home is actually reading a lot of papers, trying to figure out protocols, ways to examine stuff, checking things out on the internet. And then I'm also now busy doing this channel to log what I am doing for myself and hopefully help you guys with it. So all my resources, the books that I had, the channels that I find, the topics on internet that I think that are interesting, that can help you as an undergrad or as a grad student or as a PhD student as I go along. Because guys, I already have 5 years of industry experience, so I can tell you a lot of stuff technically about how things go in a company. I have experience with how to properly research and read articles and delineate stuff from that. I have resources for that. I know where to go, and I hope I can point you out no matter which grade you are in. If you're an undergrad, I got the stuff for you. If you're a grad student, I got stuff for you. If you're a young professional, I also got stuff for you. So guys, I'm going to wrap this up. This has been my first vlog. Like the video, please leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, share it with other biomedical interested minded people, share it with your fellow students, with your fellow young professionals. A lot of stuff is coming, guys, really, and I hope I can help